We're back to measurement with non-standard units, so we are not using a measuring tape, we're using just our eyes or maybe a string or just comparing the lengths of objects. So I have my student back with me, and so we are going to start with this worksheet. Last video we reviewed lining up endpoints, but we're kind of past that now. We're just looking with our eyes. In this case, we'll be counting these lines. So basically, we are looking to find if Mary's house, the path that she takes, is it longer or shorter than Anne's path from her house to the park? They're both going to the park. We just want to count the lines and see how many squares, how many lines each girl has to take. So I want you to count these one by one, so each line divided by the other lines, each bolded line is 1.
Okay.
So like this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if you would number those for me, 1 to 9.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay, so we've discovered that Anne's house and the path that she took, it took her 9 lines to get to the park. So if you'll count up Mary's lines and number them, please.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, so would you circle these last numbers for me so we can compare them? So we know we're comparing 9 and 11. If we draw, can you draw a number line real quick here?
Yeah.
If we drew a number line and we started from 1, it's okay. The pen's moved a little bit, we're good.
Okay. And should the end just be 11 or?
Let's do 12 and make it a nice even number.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Cut it a little close, but we got it. So let's find where 9 is. So if we count starting from 1. 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's 9, so let's circle 9.
Okay.
That's how long Anne's house was from the park. And then let's start at 9 and go till we get to 11. So 9,
10, 11.
All right there. So we'll circle it. So which one is going to be bigger? Is it going to be 9 or is it going to be 11?
9. Because it's. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay. All right. 11. All right. So if a student did get confused like that, I would just ask them to count with me again and say which one do we hit first. And if we had 9 objects, maybe we would pull out some cubes and say if we had 9 cubes, this is what it would look like, and we could count them out together. And then we could get 2 more and count them out and see which was more. Okay, so who traveled more lines between Anne and Mary?
Mary.
Mary, because she's the one with 11. Good job. Sort of. Just kidding. Okay. So over here we have an index card, a book, and a folder. So if you just line those up like we're going to compare and measure them.
All together or separately?
Put them all next to each other.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't have to be shortest to longest. Just place them next to each other like we want to line up their endpoints.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to give you some statements and you tell me if they are true or false. So the first statement is, the folder is longer than the book. True or false?
True.
True, the folder we can see is longer than the book. Next statement, the index card is shorter than the folder. True or false?
True.
True, it is shorter than the folder. The book is shorter than the index card. True or false?
False.
False, the book is longer than the index card. So which one is the longest out of these three?
The folder.
The folder, because we lined up their endpoints and we can see just with our eyes that the folder is obviously longer than the other two. So which one is the shortest?
The index card.
The index card. All right. Now, would you put them in order from shortest to longest? Okay, we're starting at the left, going to the right. So we put the index card first, because it is the shortest out of the three. Then the book, which is shorter than the folder, but taller or longer than the index card. And then the folder, which is the tallest. Okay, so I'm going to move these right here, just like you had them. And would you just draw them in that order? So starting from the left, the index card, then the book, making it easy this time, just drawing rectangles, and then the folder. All right. Would you label them I for index card, B for book, and F for folder? All right, perfect. There's that. Now on to the worksheets. So we'll skip the name. We're good. Number 1, in a playroom, Lulu cut a piece of string, which we brought our string back from video 2, that measured the distance from the dollhouse to the park. She took the same string and tried to measure the distance between the park and the store, but she ran out of string. Which is the longer path? Circle your answer. So it's either the dollhouse to the park or the park to the store. So we can take our string and we can measure. So we're going to line up what part of the string to the first dot?
The end.
The end, so we can see where it starts. Okay. So if we were to do this and maybe shift it over here without moving our fingers, is that the same length, shorter than or longer than the park to the store?
The park to the store is longer.
Longer than the park to the dollhouse.
Mm.
Okay, so we're circling the longer path. We just said it is
The park to the store.
okay. Alright, now we're going to use the picture to answer the questions about the rectangle. So this one we're just going to use our eyes to look. So which is the shortest rectangle?
B.
B. Okay, and if rectangle A is longer than rectangle C, so they're telling us in this scenario that rectangle A is longer than C, the longest rectangle is, if we just said B was the shortest, and now A is longer than C,
A.
it would be A. So now we're going to order the rectangles from shortest to longest, starting from the left and going to the right.
Okay, well, B is the shortest, and A is longer than C, and we know that A is the longest.
Perfect.
So,
Okay, so now, here we are with the paths again. We're going to use the picture to answer the questions about the student's path to school. So we're comparing Toby and Caitlin. I guess Jose didn't go to school today. I don't know what happened there. Jose's not feeling good. Okay, So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to label each line one by ones. So starting with Caitlin's path. Go ahead.
Right. 1, 2. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
Okay, so Caitlin's path is 10 lines long.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to measure Toby's path. Poor Jose. Oh,
That's just Joe.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Poor Joe. Nobody can say his name right, and he didn't get to go to school today.
Okay. So we're on 8, 9. Okay, 10, 11, and 12.
All right, so Caitlin's path is 10 units long, and Toby's path is 12 units long. And we said that Joe, not Jose, Joe, he's at 0 because he did not get drawn a path. So let's see, what does it say about Joe? Okay, so first of all, how long is Caitlin's path to school? So we already circled the last number.
Right, that one is 10.
And Toby's?
12.
Okay, now we're talking about Joe. Joe's path is shorter than Caitlin's. Draw Joe's path. So Caitlin has 10, so we just need to draw something shorter than that.
Oh, okay. Here?
Yeah,
Or...
you can start on the bottom or the...
Okay.
that one.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, but I think he still has to make it to school.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
All right, let's count it and see if you got it right.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, our cat is having too much fun. Okay.
Aw, man, you screwed it up, student. Okay.
Sorry.
All right, so
Oops.
what do you think caused this to be equal to Caitlin's path?
I mean, they have the same amount of lines, just in a different pattern.
Right, so Caitlin's got an extra one here where she doesn't need it.
Right.
And an extra one here where if she could just go straight,
Mm-hmm.
it might be different. So let's try drawing a straight path over this one. So just connect that and we'll ignore that other one. So if we were to start here and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So Joe could get to school in 8 lines.
Mm-hmm.
So we can write, let's just write 8 here.
Okay.
Just so we know. Okay, so circle the correct word to make the statement true. Toby's path is longer or shorter than Joe's path. Is that true or false? Toby has 12. We changed Joe's to 8. So Toby's path would be longer, which is what we circled. Who took the shortest path to school?
Joe.
Joe. Not Jose. Order the paths from shortest to longest.
Alright, well, we know Joe took the shortest.
So out of the 3 numbers, 8, 10, and 12, 8 would be the smallest. So that would be Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And then next is Caitlin, who has 10. And then Toby with
12.
12. Alright, almost done. Use this picture to answer the questions about the student's path to the museum. So we're going to have to draw Eco's path, I'm guessing. So
Okay.
we're comparing Kim and Eco. So how long is Kim's path to the museum? So we're going to have to count again.
Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so Kim has 12 lines or blocks to get to school.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what we're going to do with Eco. It says, number 2, Eco's path is shorter than Kim's path. Draw Eco's path. So we just have to make something shorter than 12 lines.
To avoid the last time.
Alright, we're not playing any games this time. So let's count that up.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, so Eco has 8. Can you circle that, please?
Yes.
Okay, so circle the correct word to make the statement true.
Okay.
Kim's path is longer than or shorter than Eco's path.
Kim's path is longer.
Longer because Kim has 12 blocks to travel and Eco only has 8.
Right.
So how long is Eco's path to the museum? So we drew it and we made it 8 blocks. Okay. Flip. The string that measures the path from the garden to the tree is longer than the path between the tree and the flowers. Circle the shorter path.
Okay, so the garden to the tree is longer than the tree to the flowers.
It's like almost double. Okay, so that's with using the string, but I think we could solve this even without the string because it tells us the string that measures the path from the garden to the tree is longer than the path between the tree and the flowers. So it tells us right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're circling the shorter path.
Okay, the shorter path is from the tree to the flowers.
Correct. And last 2 problems. Use the picture to answer the questions about the rectangles. Which is the longest rectangle? So we can eye this one. We can tell.
Looks like B.
B is the longest one. If rectangle A...
It's fine.
If rectangle A is longer than rectangle C, then the shortest rectangle is...
Wait. C.
Yes. Good job. Well done.